I think a big problem, whether it's sports or not, but sports is the easiest one to showcase this. Everything is too structured now. So kids don't play in the playground and get into a fight with their buddies because they called a foul and it wasn't, and they get tossed off the court and shunned by their peers, and they got to work their way back on. Everything is like, and you said this, kids don't do much outside of structured environments. They go home and play video games that have nothing to do with their sport. You know, we played basketball practice, went to the playground, played 4 more hours, and we wanted to get on the big kids' court. To do that, you had to compete, and you had to be tough enough that if they didn't call a foul, you just had to keep rolling with it. You couldn't complain and whine, or you're getting tossed. And there was no adults to come save you. And then you went back to your structured environments. But we had our fun in the unstructured environments, right on the streets, playing, making up games. And you wanted peer acceptance. And the only way peer acceptance was to be able to handle whatever was thrown at you. And I think, you know, our kids, one, is our fault. We shuttle them around from structured practice to structured practice. There's also the institutional side where we've now businessized sports. So everyone's a personal trainer, nutritionist. Kids just don't figure out weights by at the community center with their buddies and make stupid mistakes and follow some goon in the corner that they lift too hard. That's all fun. That's growing up, right? Nobody does that anymore. Like I can't believe how many 13-year-olds have physiotherapists and nutritionalists. I'm like, dude, we just eat whatever and nothing was supposed to hurt. And like, what are you talking about? My physio says I shouldn't practice. You're 13 years old. This is crazy to me. But, you know, they're so protected by adults and people that have almost financial vested interests that they just follow the rules and do what they told instead of, you know, what we did. We figured it out by trial and error with our peers with no adult supervision. And, you know, you lost, you got shunned, you got left out, and you wanted to fight to get back in, and you couldn't run to mom and dad because we didn't want to hear from you till another 6 hours. You're supposed to be out. And that's just a lost way of being raised now. And I don't know if you go back. So I think the point is, yeah, how do we still ingrain that sort of ownership, that resilience, that want, that will to say, you know, I'm bringing my best because I want to be a somebody and I don't want to get left out here. I want to be a part of the group that's moving forward. And it's sad to say, but I think we now have to ease them back to that, because if we heavy hand everybody, 90% of the kids are going to quit and they'll never start again. And we're going to have kids that won't even try, but we can't just let them be okay with it. We got to make it so they realize the goal here is to get better, and to get better requires pushing against force, and force is hard. It's resistance, it's difficulty, it's challenge. And that's the only way you'll ever actually have any pride. Nobody has pride by overcoming nothing.